Akash INTI, the real reflection of you. I was swimming just now, and the thing about swimming that I've found is that it's so relaxing and peaceful in the sense of like just being underwater. All I'm with is myself to some degree, you know? I'll notice the parts of me that are like, oh man, this is a little tough, or I'm a little out of breath. Then I swim at like a public pool, you know? So it's not like there's a lap lane or anything like that. So there'll be like kids jumping in, like cannonballs and stuff, and I'll be like dodging them, you know? I'll be like bobbing and weaving in the pool in and of itself. And sometimes I found myself like almost like just again in my mind, like judging like, oh, what is this kid doing? Why is he jumping right in front of me? Am I gonna get like jumped on? Am I gonna have to like sue one of these people for being negligent about watching their child, right? And it's just like ridiculous, right? That level of like what I'm thinking about sometimes is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But the other thing that comes to mind and that I realize is that it's like I'm swimming for me, you know? I'm swimming for myself. I'm not swimming for because someone told me to swim. I'm not swimming for, oh, check me out. No, it's like I enjoy this. This is something I love to do. It's for no one else. It's for me, right? And those things in life I found, it's like I'm swimming to impress myself, if that makes sense. You know, and I'm not saying to impress myself like oh, check me out. More of like I'm satisfied when I do something like that, like swim, right? Or just these things that are kind of tough, right? It's like, it's tough to be like, all right, well, I'm going to get in the pool and just swim laps when kids are like trying to, whatever, like just running around, jumping around, even just deciding like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. It's not an easy thing to do, and most people candidly don't do it, right? And that has nothing to do with most people. Those are my choices, right? And that's how I decide to live. And I like that, you know, I like that about myself. I really like that about myself, that, all right, well, I've got some time. How am I going to spend that time? I'm going to spend that time by doing this, exercising, feeling good about myself, feeling the blood rushing through my arteries and veins, getting that breathing, that deep breath work in through the swimming in and of itself, and the resistance training of just being in the water and being in the water. You know, there's something about it, like I mentioned, just being underwater, the silence of it, being able to notice my thoughts. It was meditative swimming. You know, I study meditation, right? Transcendental meditation. And one of the things that kind of kept coming up to me was just like I was noticing as I was thinking in the pool in and of itself while swimming, I was noticing, oh, wow, look at that thought, right? I was being aware of my thoughts while also being just breathing and all of these different things. So it was almost a way of like just letting go of these thoughts and recognizing, oh yeah, that's a thought right there, and it is what it is, you know. It's not like I'm gonna change it, but let me just observe it, you know. I don't have to attach to it. I don't have to be like, oh, this is how I'm gonna get all bent out of shape or whatnot, or I'm not gonna like get up from swimming and yell at one of these kids. What does that mean? You know, it has no impact on them, but I can decide how I act. What do I do in those moments? And it's a good practice, you know what I mean, because life continues to throw those moments. It's not like it all of a sudden stops. At least in my experience, you know, my mind is just gonna keep going like the way it does, and that's me dealing with my mind, you know. And I'm okay with it. I'm grateful for it, you know. But I got to impress myself. That's one thing I'm working on every day actively. Is like, what's one thing I can do today to impress myself, and then builds from there, right? What did I do this morning to impress myself? What did I do this afternoon to impress myself? What am I going to do this evening to impress myself? And again, all of these things are for me. I'm not looking for the validation from the outside. I'm not looking for, oh, check me out or whatever. That doesn't do it for me anymore. You know, it used to. You know, there was a big part of me that was like, oh man, I want to get approval from even my parents or my family or my friends or girls or whatever. And it doesn't do it for me anymore. What it does is the things that I do for myself. Things that I do for me that I want to do. And sometimes that road is a little lonely, or it's just, maybe not even lonely, maybe that's not the best word, but it's just me. You know, it's not like someone else is going to be there alongside me or whatever. But I'm the only one who can give myself approval in that sense. So all to say that I'm doing this for me. Any of the studying that I realized that I do is it's for me. What's the attitude I approach this with? What's the attitude that I get into the pool with and start swimming? What's the attitude that if there's an impediment or an obstacle in the way, how do I handle that? How do I decide on these things? So that was today's realization just while swimming, you know, among lots of other things, but this is all I can capture in this vignette of a moment of my life, or this vignette of my life, you know, a vignette of a moment. I think that still makes sense, even though it might sound a bit redundant. I still think there's an aspect of sensefulness about it, you know. Keep up, thrive, stay sexy.